Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to ADHD Hobbies and another episode.
Aphid on the
You
moon.
guessed it, Grounded. But today we're going to go over playing Grounded with ADHD. Surprise, right? It's like it's almost in the name. It should be no surprise to anybody that has visited my channel or knows me personally. I absolutely love this game. I have sunk hundreds of hours into it. I have ran all over the backyard. I've built things, killed things. I have done everything this game has to offer, and I still find myself coming back to it. So if you're looking to get into the game, if you have ADHD and you're trying to find something to play or something that just might hit all those deals, yeah, just hang on. Let's get to it. Show you what this game is all about. The first thing you're going to notice about the game when you see people playing it is, ooh, you're little. The second thing you're going to notice about the game if you're an old timer like myself is, oh, holy that looks like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And it is. The story is there, the mad scientist, everything to go with it, the setting, the timing. So the first thing on my list here that I want to throw out to anybody with ADHD is this game is great. If you're older for me, it's great for the old nostalgia feeling. If you're younger, you're going to have fun with the retro feeling. You get some fun throwbacks and things in here like mixtapes. Oh my god, the number of these we've all made. But I mean, they do really good at just getting the setting, getting the time frame, and really just setting up the environment and what to expect in the world. And while it may almost sound the same, but the second thing on this list is going to be, well, the environment. Obsidian did such an amazing job on this game that while you are just in a backyard, you feel huge. You don't realize it. The world feels massive. You're running around through different environments. You got everything you need to just satisfy that little ADHD curiosity to want to go do something new, to get into something different. There is always someplace new to go in the game. You're going to find yourself in deep water areas. I say deep, but we're probably just going to call them a little puddle for us. But you're going to go to deep water areas where you're going to have to worry about things and creepies and oxygen, and you're going to find desert areas. You're going to find areas that are really high up and caves, and it's awesome sauce because it literally just all takes place in this little bitty teeny tiny backyard, and it is just such a fulfilling sense of adventure that I know a lot of games with, if you have ADHD, they're bland, and this one definitely is anything but that. And the third thing on my list is going to go right along with the environment, but it's going to be the bugs and the creature design. Another thing, Obsidian they nailed it with this. The one thing that they don't tell you when you first start playing the game, though, is you're going to start out, it's going to be great, but it's a freaking horror game. I'm just going to go there. There are things in this game that are absolutely terrifying. Why you're going to come across a lot of bugs that are just, oh, they're kind of cute, and you might not mind taking one home as a pet. You're going to come across other bugs, it's just yard fodder. You're going to kill it, no big deal. But you are definitely going to come across points in the game and points throughout it that are going to get your adrenaline pumping. Your heart's going to race, your blood pressure is going to go out the roof, and you are going to be thoroughly entertained. All those little dopamine sensors will be firing off, and you're going to want to come back for it. I'm telling you, the game has its moments that will make a grown man turn the lights on. Luckily, there's fixes for it, but I'm just saying, the creatures in this game, they definitely hit the spot, and they fulfill, and they just go so well with the environment and everything the game has to offer. It's almost a shame you gotta kill them. But, it gives us another point on this list, and that is going to be the combat mechanics. The mechanics in this game are very, very clean. There might be a few things you come across that you're not the biggest fan of, but ultimately, if you enjoy games such as Elden Ring or any of the Dark Souls type games, while this doesn't quite get there, it is going to fulfill that itch. You have to be able to combat in this game. Your parries, your blocks are important. Your skills and things that you set up are important. The map does have its big baddies, its big sense of, just bosses to go kill. And if you're not on par, if you're not just on point with all that stuff and really just hitting your blocks, hitting your attacks, doing your build right to do the right damages and stuff, you're going to have a very terrible time trying to beat some of those world bosses or yard bosses. So the combat mechanics within this game are so much fun. you're not going to be just stuck running around in something that, say, almost has a Minecraft feel to it, where as long as you just have diamond armor, you're good. No, you're going to actually have to put in effort to make sure that your weapons are correct, make sure that your gear's correct, your stats are correct, and everything's where it needs to be, or you're going to run into situations and just die. Next up on the list is for those of you that have the audio fixations. I'm telling you, this game hits so many points for ADHD. It's obnoxious, and I love it because the audio is just as good. It is chef's kiss on top of everything. The score for the world is amazing. The music swaps and it changes throughout the game as it should, depending on if it's daytime, nighttime, underwater, wherever the heck you're at, but it is always so appropriate and just so good. There have been times in the game where I've literally just kicked back, parked my character, and just listened to it. Just enjoyed the soundtrack while I'm doing something else on my computer. I didn't feel the urge to, I didn't want to turn it off or get rid of it. It wasn't some crazy, annoying video game music. It's actually just, it's very peaceful and very soothing and just very easy to listen to for hours on end. Ooh, now to sneak in, probably my favorite thing about the game. And that's going to be the base building. If you're anything like me, ADHD my whole life, it's really tinkering with my hands has been a thing. I'm a massive Lego fan, so games like this that have very clearly just clean base building mechanics are going to move to the top of my list no matter what the game is. And Grounded is no exception. It seriously has some of the best game building mechanics out of any game I have ever played out there. And this starts from the very beginning, from the way that you acquire everything you need. There's lots of unlockables. The game has a massive amount of things that you can unlock, from building components to furniture to just odds and ends and knickknacks and things that you can fill the base with. And it just, the game gives you little quests and things for you to do to be able to unlock these. So there's always a purpose to be doing something. And then from there, the game just, the way the mechanics are for building the game in general, it took a while for them to add the handy gnat, so building some of your big skyscrapers and big bases could be a little bit of a pain. But once the handy gnat was added, it was over with. You could build anything you wanted, anywhere you wanted. It was fantastic. About to wrap this up, just a couple more things to do. But another great one, Grounded fits two different types of people. You have your introverts and extroverts, and no matter which one you are, the game is set for you. So based on just where you sit with your ADHD, the game's there for you. If you want to play the game by yourself, it is very doable. It is an amazing single player game, a single player experience that you can jump into, play the game. There is not a single aspect of the game that you cannot do on your own. You can literally go out there and do everything. But Grounded also has one of the best multiplayer experiences out there ever. After adding updates and some things to it, I have played this game with friends, I have played this game with family, I have played this game with my kids. There is something there for everybody. People can go kill, they can go build, they can literally do whatever they want. And Grounded, the reason this is on the list is because Obsidian made it super, super easy with shared worlds. Unlike other games where the creator of the world has to be logged in for anyone else to be on, I have the ability as the creator to be able to share my world with anyone. So if I have somebody doing a project or farming or wanting to do something and I don't want to play at the time, they are still able to get on and do it. So if you have multiple people that play or want to play the game, the way the game is set up allows everybody to log on and off as they see fit, as they want to do, which makes for a great streamlined experience. All right. I've brought up the music, the base building. I've brought up, the multiplayer stuff. Let's push it to the limits for the last thing here. The very last thing that Obsidian did, and it definitely appeals to someone like me because once I get my hyper fixation, it kind of sucks when something's over and you just know more of it. And Grounded was one of those. They made the game and, you beat it. And, once I got to the point where I got all the achievements, I built the big stuff, did everything. I thought I was done. Well, and heck yeah, they added NG Plus mode. And not only did they add NG Plus, which stands for the new game mode, Leveling up through those new game modes also gives you more loot, more gear, more things that you couldn't have gotten in regular game modes. So there is incentive to go play these new Game Plus modes that bring a much harder difficulty for, people like me that are just gluttons for punishment. I should really find something. Maybe go play Doom. So, anywho, I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around and just kind of listen to my quick prattle about, Grounded and ADHD. Each one of these games tends to appeal to me in a different way. And like I said, I don't really stick with all of them, but I'd like to share my experiences with you with the ones that I did stick with you and maybe give you some insight into why, and maybe it'll help you or someone you know or someone you're willing to help. So until next time, next game, next adventure, you have a great day.